know who this is for. I know we like to say things like I'm on my healing journey and whatnot. But I do want to let you know that healing is not linear. And more importantly, there's no destination to healing. Healing is a consistent, everlasting thing because you are being perfected, especially for believers of Jesus. Another thing I want us to do is to give grace to people who may not necessarily are working on themselves. Give grace to people who may not really have the awareness to know that you're not as healed as you think you are, or you're not even healed. Because one thing that we don't talk about, real and everlasting and life-changing healing, hurts. It hurts. I know it may seem like I'm all over the place, so I promise, please rock with me. In 2018, I told my family that I was assaulted as a little girl. No one knew, but of course the perpetrators, but no one in my family knew. I told them that I was assaulted as a little girl and on my 16th birthday, and I carried that secret with me for years up until I was about 22, 23. Told my family. I went into a depression I didn't even think was possible. Like, at that time, I just was like, okay, I heard about it, but I've never seen it or really was cognizant of it for real. But the way that I felt was an emotion I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I literally prayed and said, Lord, if it's going to hurt this bad, don't wake me up. I literally prayed that. And when I woke up the next day, I said, well, God, you woke me up. So I guess from this day forward, you're going to have to tell me who you are and why you created me and what I'm supposed to do. Because I don't know anymore. I literally just did that. Didn't even know what I was praying. So in hindsight, as I'm looking back, I'm seeing, ooh, that's a bit powerful. I promise you I'm going somewhere. If I hadn't opened up and told my family about what I was going through, I'm going to be honest, y'all, I don't know if I would be here. And although it happened in 2018 and now it's 2024, it's been about 6 years, healing is not linear. I still get triggered by certain comments. I still get triggered even when dating. Like, I'm literally, I've got to put my business out there a little bit. In therapy right now, I'm literally talking about how to date intentionally. I get that, but how to date knowing that my body has kept score all of these years, and it's only been 6 years since I've literally have been talking about it and healing from it and overcoming it. A lot of things I've overcome, including being assaulted. But your body keeps score. And I can gratefully say that now I'm not in a place where I'm having those thoughts and those ideations, but there are moments of trigger. Because healing is not linear. It's not just, oh, I've seen this and I'm over it. It's an evolving situation, because what I love about God, He's so intentional. He's so intentional. So when you start something, it's not just going to finish right away or finish the way that you want it to finish. You're not going to be able to handle everything in one sitting or in one season. You also have to evolve in order to deal with the residue of an emotional affliction or a physical affliction. As you change, there is more stuff you have to heal from. And the reason why it seems like at new levels, like, well, I thought I healed from this, or where did this come from? How come I didn't work on this in the past? You didn't have the capacity to see it properly. You had to deal with the first thing that led you to therapy, or that led you to talking about it. So whoever's watching this video and whoever made it to the end, my prayer and my hope is on this Tuesday, in this week, in this season of your life that you're in, that you give yourself a little grace as you heal. You give yourself permission to feel and not assume that you have some type of mental disorder when you're kind of going up and down. And know that it's not always a depression or just sadness when you have moments of triggering. That's what it is. It's just a moment of triggering. I urge you to start writing down what triggers you. I urge you to, the same way you have, like we're having a conversation or you're watching this video, talk to God like that. Tell him what's still bothering you. Tell him what's still hurting you so he can also do a work in you. And if you're in therapy, talk to your therapist about it, so you can understand how to apply the tools, because you have the tools. You're just learning how to apply them in different ways and in new ways. You knew how to apply it when you first opened up and talked about whatever you needed to heal from or whatever you're currently healing from. But now you need to know how to use those tools differently when you do get triggered, because again, healing is not linear. So give yourself grace, give your loved ones grace when it just seems like they're kind of in a battlefield. Pray for them. If you don't do nothing else, pray for them. And yeah, healing's not linear. That's all I got.